Have you ever been somewhere completely ordinary, walking down a familiar street, sitting in a park, or even driving through your own neighborhood when suddenly, everything around you felt off? The air grows heavy, the sounds become muffled, and for just a few seconds, the world around you doesn't look the way it should. The buildings might appear older, the cars suddenly vintage, or the people dressed in clothes from another era. Then, just as quickly as it happened, everything snaps back to normal, leaving you wondering, did I just slip through time? This bizarre phenomenon is known as a time slip, and while it sounds like something out of science fiction, hundreds of people across the world swear they've experienced it. These aren't just vague feelings of déjà vu or fleeting imaginings. Witnesses describe vivid, detailed encounters with what seems like the past, or even, in rare cases, the future. The stories are so consistent, so strangely specific, that it's hard to dismiss them entirely. So what's really happening? Are people truly glimpsing other eras, or is there a scientific explanation behind these eerie experiences? One of the most famous time slip cases took place in Liverpool, England, in the late 1990s. A couple was driving through the city when they made a wrong turn and found themselves on a street that shouldn't have existed, at least, not in the form they were seeing. The road was lined with old-fashioned storefronts, the cars were all 1950s models, and pedestrians wore clothing straight out of a post-war film. The couple, completely baffled, drove around the block to get another look, but when they turned the corner, the street was gone. In its place was a modern road, just as they remembered it. They searched maps, asked locals, but no one could explain what they had seen. Had they somehow driven into the past? Then there's the chilling account of a woman visiting the Palace of Versailles in France. She had wandered away from her tour group, exploring the vast gardens, when she suddenly found herself in a part of the estate that didn't match any modern guidebooks. The buildings were pristine, as if freshly maintained, and women in elaborate 18th century gowns strolled past her, speaking in an old dialect of French. She could even smell the heavy floral perfumes in the air. When she finally made her way back to the main path, a guard informed her that the area she described had been closed to the public for decades. Even stranger, the layout she recalled didn't match any existing records of the palace's design. So where or when had she been? Scientists and psychologists have tried to explain these occurrences, but none of the theories fully account for every detail. Some suggest that time slips are a form of temporal lobe epilepsy, where brief seizures cause hallucinations that feel intensely real. Others propose that extreme stress or fatigue can warp perception, making the brain fill in gaps with false memories. But then there are the cases where multiple people experience the same time slip simultaneously, like the two police officers in England who reportedly chased the speeding car only to watch it vanish into thin air, leaving no tire marks or evidence behind. Perhaps the most unsettling idea is that time isn't as linear as we think. Quantum physics suggests that past, present, and future might all exist at once, overlapping in ways we don't yet understand. Could certain locations act as weak spots in time, allowing brief glimpses into other eras? Some researchers believe that strong emotional events, tragedy, joy, or even routine daily life might leave an imprint on a place, replaying like a recording that only certain people can tune into. Even more disturbing are the rare cases where people don't just witness the past, they interact with it. There are reports of individuals speaking to figures from another time, only to have them disappear mid-conversation. Others claim to have picked up objects, sold coins, newspapers, even clothing that disintegrated or vanished moments later. One man swore he once stepped into an old-fashioned bar, ordered a drink, and left a modern coin on the counter only to turn around and find the building abandoned for years, his money still sitting on the dusty countertop. So are time slips real? The answer depends on who you ask. Skeptics argue that memory is unreliable, that the brain can construct elaborate, false scenarios under the right conditions. But those who have experienced these events insist they were far too vivid, far too detailed, to be mere imagination. Maybe we'll never know for sure, but the next time you're somewhere familiar and suddenly get that uncanny feeling like the world around you has shifted, like you're not quite where you're supposed to be, take a closer look. You might just catch a fleeting glimpse of another time. And if you do, try not to blink. It might be gone before you know it.
Hey there, if you're enjoying this video and appreciate the effort behind it, don't forget to like this video. It really helps the channel grow, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications so you never miss an update. Oh, and one more thing, share this video with your friends. Spread the love and support. Alright, now let's get back to the video. Let me know if you want any tweaks.